From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning and happy Labor Day. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. We still have the one fire burning within the region. It's in southwestern Yakima County, the Williams Mine Fire. This one did actually grow a little bit more over the weekend. It grew about 200 acres. It's now starting to get a little bit closer to 12,000 acres in total, 31% contained, and it's the northern flank of the fire closest to Mount Adams that is starting to misbehave a little bit. Temperatures right now in the 50s, 60s, and even some 70s, low 70s right now in the foothills of the Blues. So very mild out there, although there are probably a good deal of us that still need some sort of light jacket this morning as you're headed out the front door, maybe even a rain jacket necessary for portions of Morrow County as we do have some light showers and thunderstorms. We'll see if this holds together as it gets closer to the Tri-Cities. So the bottom line for the forecast for today is that we'll have additional thunderstorm chances, and the rest of the forecast is looking pretty dry and pretty hot. And I'll tell you just how hot coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, hot and dry conditions return this Labor Day weekend, which means wildfire danger increased. We hear some tips from the Kennewick Fire Department.
Speaking of fires, we'll tell you about some of them, including a vegetation fire in Benton County yesterday that had many agencies responding. Details coming up.
And still ahead, it is Labor Day, which means it'll be a heavy travel day. We have the update on the SeaTac airport systems and what businesses will be open and closed today. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica DeWald.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is Monday, September 2nd. It is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, Jessica.
Happy Labor Day. Here we are commemorating by laboring away.
By laboring, yes. And hopefully everyone's enjoying their day off today.
Hopefully you do have a day off. And if you do, we'll have important information later on. If you're traveling by air or by roads, we'll have all of that coming up. But we're going to start off your top stories with several fire agencies battling a vegetation fire in the unincorporated Highland area of Benton County yesterday.
The fire broke out just before 2 p.m. off of SR 397 and South Owens Road. A wildland strike team was also called to help, and it took fire crews about 2 hours to get the fire under control. No buildings were lost and no one was hurt.
The fire burned about 100 acres, and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
In Walla Walla, a fire at a scrapyard is being investigated as suspicious. Firefighters responded to the fire in the area near 935 Jefferson Street at 5:20 a.m. Saturday.
Walla Walla police officers arrived first and reported multiple explosions at the 10,000 square foot scrapyard. The fire was out around 6:20 a.m. with no injuries reported. Damages are estimated at $100,000.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and again, officials believe it's suspicious in nature.
And as we mentioned, today is Labor Day, which means an extended weekend for some people.
While people enjoy their day off, fire officials are urging them to take extra precautions today because hot and dry conditions have returned. Our wildfire danger is increasing.
Apple Valley News Now spoke to the Kennewick Fire Department, who's offering these helpful tips.
Well, we always want folks to call when they see a fire. That way, when it's small, we can get there quickly and try to minimize the exposure to other properties. Just as a preparatory measure, always recommend that folks create a defensible space around their homes. It's always good to have a hose from your domestic water supply or a fire extinguisher or a bucket so that you can quickly extinguish any fire that gets out of control. We're moving into a warm, dry weekend, so we worry about winds or embers blowing into dry grass. So again, just having some tools available to quickly extinguish a fire.
Another thing to keep in mind, if you're planning on firing up the grill today, make sure you don't grill too close to your home.
The Washington Department of Natural Resources is also asking people to be extra vigilant to prevent wildfires. Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz says in a statement, quote, "Fire season is not over. Over the 2020 Labor Day weekend, more than 500,000 acres of land burned in just 36 hours.
Franz went on to say, quote, "We've seen firsthand that a single spark in the right conditions can make or break an entire fire season. Let's ensure we're not that spark this holiday weekend." Turning to Ellensburg now, we're learning a child has died in a car crash 7 miles east of the city yesterday afternoon.
It happened around 4 p.m. and according to the Washington State Patrol, a vehicle was traveling east on Interstate 82. It attempted to change lanes and was struck by a semi. The driver of the car and an 8-year-old child were not injured. However, the 10-year-old child died at the scene. All 3 are from Sunnyside, and the driver of the semi was not injured. And the Pasco Police Department is investigating a car crash that happened yesterday afternoon. The call for help came in just after 3:30 in the afternoon. Authorities got to the scene and found a van had crashed into a tree on the 1300 block of West Hopkins Street. Injuries are unknown at this time, but several officers were seen going through the contents of the van at the scene, and will continue to update you as more information becomes available. At the Tri-Cities Airport, Christmas and Thanksgiving tend to be the busiest for travel volume. But Airport Director Buck Taft says Labor Day weekend was also busy. It's considered the end of the peak summer travel season for PSC. If you're traveling today, Taft says to get to the airport 90 minutes before your flight, and you can monitor flytricities.com for tracking updates. Using your airline's app to check in can also save you some time. Taft also says he's looking forward to the new daily LAX service on Alaska Airlines, which starts about a month from now.
It starts October 1st, so we're very excited about the LAX, daily LAX service on Alaska Airlines. It's the LA Basin's our #1 destination, so to finally have daily service on Alaska is awesome. Now it's just up to the community to support that flight and to use it. And another thing to watch for in September at the airport, the second daily flight to Phoenix on American Airlines, and Avelo Airlines is upping its service from 2 times per week to 4. Nationwide travel this Labor Day weekend up until Wednesday is up 9% from last year, but internationally it's down 4%. According to AAA, people hitting the road will get a better deal with gas prices down to $3.43 per gallon. That's down from $3.86 a year ago. TSA plans to screen more than 17 million people between last Thursday and this coming Wednesday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, positive news for people diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and it's about the risk for developing dementia. Details coming up in your health headlines. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to get $100 off every $1,000 you spend, or get 60 months no interest. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MSA 60 CB battery chainsaw and save $50 on the VGA 57 battery blower. Real STIHL.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. Do you want this face to believe that? You're cooked. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Bigger cases.
She was lured to your apartment.
Higher stakes.
That's almost like kidnapping.
Judy Justice.
See the premiere of Judy Justice, Monday, September 9th at 3, followed by news and Monday Night Football. Only on Apple Valley News Now. Apple Valley News Now is giving away family 4-packs of tickets to the final Saturday night Dust Devils game of the season as our Devils take on Hillsborough September 7th, followed by fireworks. Enter on our mobile app or click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
It's the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale ends Monday.
Live Sunday, September 15th, the Emmys come to ABC with awards for Best Drama, Comedy, and so much more.
I'm a winner! Showtime.
Let's begin, shall we?
The Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC.
Apple Valley News Now hopes you have a great Labor Day. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's a look at where all the smoke is for this morning. You can see definitely some thicker smoke in our eastern fringes of our viewing area. A lot of this is coming from fires that are burning in Idaho and Montana. And we'll go ahead and put all this into motion over the next couple of days with Futurecast. And by the time we get to 5 p.m. this evening, it's mostly going to be light haze up in the sky, but still light haze blanketing our region. Of course, some slightly thicker smoke downwind of the Williams Mine fire in southern Yakima County, also in Klickitat County. And then into tomorrow, looks like we'll have some slight improvements to air quality for portions of Kittitas and Yakima counties, but still a lot of light haze for Benton County, Franklin County, Walla Walla, Morrow, and Umatilla counties. Now, overall, we're not expecting any significant reductions in air quality, but the haze will be noticeable up in the sky. Here's another little look at that complex of thunderstorms that's moving through Morrow County right now. You notice that it's fallen apart over the last few radar scans here. Not much lightning left, not even a lot of precipitation left here. So we'll continue to track this as it continues to move off towards the north, or at least the remnants of it continue to move off towards the north. Here is your CoCast for today for the Tri-Cities. There's a little chance of some showers early this morning, and then a much better chance of some showers and thunderstorms into the late evening. So for today, it's going to be hot, little shower and thunderstorm chances, but again, those go up into the late evening. I'll time those out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your health headlines, the FDA gave the green light to an updated COVID-19 vaccine from Novavax on Friday. The FDA authorized the protein-based vaccine for use in people ages 12 and older. Novavax says doses could be available by the end of this week. Earlier this summer, the CDC recommended everyone over 6 months old receive both an updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot this year. The FDA authorized updated mRNA-based vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer about less than 2 weeks ago. The updated shots come as the U.S. may be facing the highest summer surge of COVID-19 in 2 years. CDC data shows viral activity levels measured in wastewater are at very high levels nationally. A bright spot for people diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. A new study suggests that your risk for developing dementia is lower than previously thought. Here's ABC's Tim Pulliam with more.
Nearly 1 million Americans have Parkinson's disease, a neurological condition that can affect everything from how you walk to how you talk. Previous studies suggested that up to 80% of people with Parkinson's disease will develop dementia. But new research from the Journal of Neurology indicates only 9% of people with Parkinson's had dementia at 10 years, 50% after 15 years, and 74% after 20 years. Men were more likely to develop dementia than women, with men developing dementia 13 years after a Parkinson diagnosis, and women developing dementia after 19 years. To help manage both Parkinson's disease and dementia, talk to your doctor if you have concerns. And remember, early diagnosis can help you get the care you need sooner. With this Medical Minute, I'm Tim Pulliam.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Labor Day travel is expected to see a record number of flyers, but a cyber attack at SeaTac Airport forced one of the nation's largest airports to go back to the basics. We have an update on the airport and if their systems are back to normal. That and more Labor Day news is coming up. Stay with us.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we are having our summertime sales event. Discover our wide variety of buildings, including custom-build options to fit your unique needs. From now until the end of the month, get 20% off all our in-stock inventory. That's right. We offer free and fast delivery, and we're committed to unbeatable quality and service. Come visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds in West Richland and Sunnyside for the best deals of the season.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. It's the perfect time to get the perfect pair of jeans. Save now on women's premium jeans. Stock up on Golden Fire or Lignetics 40-pound stove fuel pellets. Plus, compare and save on Neutrina NatureWise 40-pound layer feed crumbles or pellets on sale now. Reap big savings store-wide with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Early morning water skiing.
The days we water ski are the best days of our lives because we know we've done so much by 6:30 a.m. The rest of the day is a cakewalk.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
See the premiere of Judy Justice, Monday, September 9th at 3, followed by news and Monday Night Football. Only on Apple Valley News Now.
Craving our world-famous hand-rolled crisp burritos with creamy, bacony, chipotle, smoky goodness? Try our new smoky pork crisp burrito for a limited time. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Every locally broadcast game, the Seattle Kraken, all season long on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are tracking this little area of showers that is still producing technically one lightning strike in Klickitat County. We'll continue to track this as it moves up towards the north. And let's show you the rest of today and a little bit of tomorrow with Futurecast. We put this into motion, and here's the morning round of showers, even some thunderstorms. We're expecting this to get out of here by around lunchtime, and then our attention will quickly turn to this afternoon and evening round of showers and thunderstorms. That's looking a lot more potent. Now, Futurecast isn't really picking up on it, but there are some models that are indicating that at around 4 p.m. we could see some showers and thunderstorms firing up in Kittitas or Yakima counties. But into the 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour, looks like that becomes a lot more prevalent for the foothills, for the Blue Mountains, maybe even for portions of the lower Columbia Basin. The best chances for lightning are definitely going to be in the Blue Mountains and in the Blue Foothills. Could have some of that lingering into tomorrow morning, but will be mostly dry as we head into the afternoon and evening of tomorrow. So for today, it'll be a little bit breezy, specifically for the foothills, for the basin, also for the Kittitas Valley, winds gusting between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Our highs will be balmy, will be about 5 to 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. And then for tonight, lows only dropping down into the 50s and 60s. Of course, we'll have the showers and thunderstorms rocking and rolling at this point, and the winds will become a lot more widespread, gusting between 20 to 45 miles per hour, some of the fastest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. Again, some lingering shower and thunderstorm chances for Tuesday. After that, looking pretty dry, and our heat is going to pretty much be unwavering over these next 7 days. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Thunderstorm chances going up late this evening, a little bit cooler for Tuesday, but heating back up by Wednesday. For Yakima, small shower and thunderstorm chances for the holiday, dry weather for Tuesday and beyond. For Ellensburg, winds picking up late this evening, lingering breezes for a little bit cooler of a day on Tuesday. And then for Hermiston, thunderstorm chances today and tonight, turning seasonal for Tuesday, but racing back to around 100 by Friday. Then for Walla Walla, shower and thunderstorm chances go up this evening, lingering into tomorrow morning, drying out and heating up again into the rest of the week.
Thank you, Josh. In consumer news, it's Labor Day. We're going to be talking about it all day long. It's the first Monday in September that commemorates the American labor movement and the contributions that workers have made to the U.S. economy. However, that doesn't mean Americans won't have errands to run, whether it's running to the bank or picking up a last-minute ingredient at the grocery store. So we have a list of what's open and closed today. Most Fred Meyer stores, Walmarts, and Targets will be open for normal business hours. Walgreens stores will operate their normal hours today, but the majority of pharmacies are closed except for 24-hour locations and select pharmacies. Most CVS pharmacy locations will be open, but some local store hours may have reduced hours. Costco will be closed. The United States Postal Service and UPS will also be closed. Also, Labor Day is one of 11 federal banking holidays, so banks will be closed, but ATMs and online banking services will be available. Federal offices and government buildings will be closed, and this includes the DMV and local libraries. Also, state and local courts will not be operating. And we have an update on the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. It announced on Saturday that more of its systems are back online, and this comes after the cyber attack the weekend prior. The Labor Day holiday expects to see a record number of travelers in the skies. Meanwhile, the cyber attack forced one of the nation's largest airports to go back to basics. The attack was focused on the Port of Seattle, which operates the airport. Online communications were affected, including the website used by the airport to advise passengers of their flight status. Although there was a workaround webpage with basic information up, it was up and running Wednesday. However, airport Wi-Fi and the baggage processing system went down, and the port's email system was also offline, and that's according to officials. Baggage displays, flight monitors, and other information signs remained unavailable on Saturday. Port of Seattle officials have not revealed any details about how the cyber attack was carried out, except to say, quote, nefarious characters were involved. And the Port of Seattle says federal investigators, including the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, are looking into what happened. But as far as when the full website will be back up, officials still don't have a timeline on that. Turning to environment news now, the Port of Benton recently received a $2.7 million grant for port electrification. This allows the port to install a power unit that produces zero emissions, making it possible for ships to turn off their auxiliary engines while they're in the port. This will significantly reduce air pollution instead of sitting there idling. The executive director of the Port of Benton says having this standby power option for large vessels is one way the port can do its part to reduce carbon emissions. And the project is expected to start infrastructure work next summer and be complete by the fall of 2025. City and state officials are working on a multi-year eradication plan to remove Japanese beetles from the Grandview area. Part of this plan includes opening a new free yard waste drop-off site for debris in the infested area on weekends. The Saturday yard waste drop-off will be open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You'll need to provide proof that you're in a Japanese beetle-infested area to use the yard debris site. And yard debris can also be disposed of for free at the Japanese Beetle Response Yard Waste Drop-Off on Bridgeview Road. That site is open Monday to Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Oasis is going back on tour, and it's gotten many fans excited. We have the details on ticket sales and why they're being called the hottest tickets of the decade. Details are coming up in your entertainment headlines. And speaking of Oasis, we're listening to Wonderwall as we go to break. Keep it here. Enjoy. We'll be right back.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Buy more, save more during the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 amazing days to get $100 off every $1,000 you spend, or get 60 months no interest. But hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's time once again for the Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival. 2 big days, September 13th and 14th at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds. This year's theme is 2 crayons. Quilters choose 2 colors randomly and then add a third to create amazing fabric works of art. Check out hourly demos, shop the vendors, and have a great time. Enjoy both big days for just $8. Meet featured quilter Robin Long of Robin Ruth Design and local featured quilter Julianne Gunningham. Mark your calendar now, September 13th and 14th, the Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, buy 2 AP300S batteries and get a third AP300S for free. And get a free battery when you buy a BGA 86 battery handheld blower set, a $300 value. Real steel. Find yours.
Taking the time to savor Thomas's crunchy yet soft bagels.
Thanks, Tom.
It's Tom, actually. Right, Tom. Tom. You doing that on purpose?
Tam.
Tam. How have we got to town? Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
When Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather forecasted weekend thunderstorms.
We're going to see some heavy showers.
Especially in Yakima and Kittitas County.
Viewers told us that their phone weather apps didn't mention them.
Weather apps show no rain or thunderstorms in Sunnyside, Yakima area.
The weather app says nothing but sunshine. Who do I listen to?
That Saturday was one of the biggest days of thunderstorms we've seen in recent memory. Trust the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather team to get it right. Unlike weather apps, we're local and on your side.
They both want to be your next president. Now Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, face to face. The ABC News presidential debate, moderated by David Muir and Lindsay Davis. Tuesday, September 10th, live on ABC and streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
It's the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale ends Monday.
An awesome water skiing adventure. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, one of Britain's biggest rock bands of the last 30 years is going back on tour, and fans are excited.
So tickets for the Oasis Live 25 tour went on pre-sale on Ticketmaster Friday in the UK and Ireland, ahead of the general sale, which happened on Saturday. And they're considered one of the hottest tickets of the decade.
Fans have been eagerly awaiting a reunion between Oasis frontmen and brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher since 2009. Ahead of the sale on Ticketmaster, Oasis told fans in a social media post that tickets will be allocated on a first-come, first-served basis.
The band will be playing nearly 20 dates across the UK and Ireland, starting with Wales on July 4th. Big concert tickets, especially ones that are sold on Ticketmaster, can trigger angst and anxiety in fans.
Oh yeah, but the process has gone smoother since Ticketmaster rolled out changes after the great Taylor Swift debacle in 2022, which is when fans overloaded the site.
We all remember that.
Yeah, and that would be a show to see. Oasis. I mean, I think I know the 2 main songs.
We talked about this.
Songs. Yeah, Champagne Supernova and Wonderwall. But
they are great.
I would go just to see those 2 and just be immersed in that experience. I think that would be nice.
It would be great.
Well, in more entertainment news, an audience at the Venice Film Festival gave actor Jude Law a 7-minute standing ovation.
For those film festivals, that's actually a small standing ovation, I think. Director Justin Kurzel's neo-Nazi thriller The Order, starring Law, made its debut at the 81st Venice International Film Festival Saturday. In the film, Law plays an FBI agent who fights neo-Nazi terrorists.
The Order, which also stars Nicholas Hoult, Ty Sheridan, and Journey Smollett, is expected to be released in December. Another celebrity that had an 8-minute standing ovation at the Venice Film Festival was Angelina Jolie, where she was reportedly moved to tears.
This was after the premiere of her new movie, Maria, where she plays Maria Callas, one of the world's greatest opera singers. And the story takes place in 1970s Paris and tells the story of her final days.
Interesting.
Well, up next, she's still making movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, construction crews are hard at work wrapping up safety and security upgrades at many of the RSD schools. We have a behind-the-scenes look at that. Riley Fitzgerald with that report.
Also, as kids return to school worldwide, Russia launches new attacks on the capital of Ukraine, as well as other spots, and we have what President Zelensky is saying. That's in the next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, hotel keys are going digital. Several hotel chains are reportedly considering replacing those traditional plastic room keys with digital alternatives on Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. A recent study revealed a security flaw in plastic hotel keys, which could potentially expose up to 3 million keys to hackers. Next, Samsung's meal planning app now uses AI to check what's in your fridge and suggest recipes. For $7 a month, users can take a picture of what's inside their fridge or pantry. The app can recognize food items in your camera roll and tells you what to cook with what you have. Finally, Google is adding new election safeguards to its platforms. YouTube will display candidate profiles, and Google Search will offer voter resources. Google says new safeguards will also ensure AI-generated content is accurate. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Once in a lifetime is never enough.
Never enough.
For the ring finger,
For every finger.
for right now,
For the future.
for all the joy, the love, the warmth, the brilliance, for all that is beautiful in life. For all the precious moments, for anywhere, and everywhere. For all the right reasons.
Or just because.
Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. For all who love. Pandora, lab-grown diamonds.
Swiffer Duster traps 4 times more dust. For clean, even mom approves of.
That reach.
Inside a vase.
Making hard to reach?
So easy.
Swiffer. Wow. The mother of all cleans.
P&G.
Shop Macy's Labor Day sale and save on limited time specials like back to school looks. Or take an extra 20% off even more great deals. Plus, Star Rewards members can earn faster during Star Money Bonus Days. Going on now at Macy's.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica DeWall.
I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Now, Josh, we have been hearing it here in the building. It is windy out there.
And we could see it up on that camera. It looks like it was moving around way too much.
The building was shaking just like 5-10 minutes ago. We were talking about Oasis, and the building was shaking. But yeah, you can kind of see that. This is actually a camera that is perched atop of our studio, and you can see that the camera is shaking as we speak right now. And this is from a thunderstorm in this region that's putting out outflow winds. We'll take a look at that in a second. Right now, 23-mile-per-hour gust in Hermiston, not registering yet in the Tri-Cities, but I would suggest that it's maybe gusting upwards of 35, 40 miles per hour, but that is just, kind of off the top of my head, a guesstimation. Right now, temperatures are in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, just kind of depending on your microclimate. Low 70s right now for the foothills of the Blues, so some of us are feeling quite balmy out there. Now on to that thunderstorm that did fall apart. You're not seeing much rain, you're not seeing much lightning associated with this anymore, but the residual winds, the outflow winds from this are what's rushing out from that right now, and that's what's causing these very gusty conditions within the Tri-Cities. So for today, it's going to be hot. We'll have additional chances for showers and thunderstorms. I'll show you which region has the best chances. Also, I'll show you the best time frame for all that, and all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And we have breaking news this half hour. A welfare check in Bend City ended in a major crash.
The Benton County Sheriff's Office says deputies went to the 1100 block of Horn Drive after calls to a number that dialed 911 were left unanswered.
When they arrived, they found a white car in the parking lot, and when they approached it, the driver drove off on the wrong side of the road at a slow rate of speed. As deputies tried to stop it, the car picked up the speed and began driving erratically.
It then crashed into an unoccupied building at the intersection of Horn Drive and 9th Street. A female driver was extricated from the car. The sheriff's office says she was alone and showed symptoms of being under the influence of drugs.
She was taken to the hospital for her injuries, and charges are pending.
Well, students have returned to the classroom, and after the 2023 Capital Projects Levy passed for the Richland School District, construction work is underway.
These safety and security upgrades are set to be completed later this year. Riley Fitzgerald toured around the district to take a look at these construction sites.
After voters passed the Richland School District's February 2023 capital projects levy, equipment is out and crews are at work wrapping up the safety and security upgrades at many of the RSD schools. Specifically, some of the older ones.
They didn't have as sophisticated of a surveillance system as our newer schools that have been built in the last couple of years. So the goal was to actually create these secure entrances where you would have a buzz in and more monitored surveillance of who is coming in. Be sure you can verify who they are before they actually go into the school.
The biggest projects are around the high schools, Richland and Hanford.
Both of our high schools had fencing being added around it to kind of secure the perimeter because they have an open campus style, so there's lots of buildings that students move in between. So we fenced around all of that building to just secure that in.
Shauna Din, RSD Public Information Officer, says the sooner they can make the school buildings as secure as possible, the safer students and staff are.
We want to make sure that everyone has a safe place to go to school every day and come to work.
Much of the construction is happening front and center at entrances and doors. While students are now in class, there are alternative entrances until the construction is completed.
Once they're in, the construction is really contained to the front entrance area. So there's no impact to classrooms, there's no impact to learning that's happening. It's kind of business as usual once you get inside the buildings.
Din says the buildings are all secure, but the final pieces are going in now. The goal is to be preventative and proactive rather than reactive. In Richland, I'm Riley Fitzgerald with Apple Valley News Now.
And the anticipated completion really varies school by school, but the district says late October, the final school should expect its completion date. The district is mostly waiting for the last supplies to come in.
Also in Richland, according to a local group of petitioners, the city is the only one left in the Tri-Cities where all 7 members of the city council are elected at large rather than by district.
The group, called A Better Richland, says there are entire neighborhoods in Richland that don't get representation on the council level because of this. Members of A Better Richland say none of the council members live in Central Richland, all residing in South Richland. They have an initiative to create 5 equal districts across the city.
We've been at it for about 3 or 4 weeks, so if we're halfway there, we're hoping to be all the way there by the 1st of October. And then we'll turn the signatures in. It won't be on the upcoming November ballot. It would most likely be on a February special ballot.
The group is looking for 4,000 signatures to turn the initiative into the city to change the charter. Then once verified, the city will decide on when to host the election on this measure. Only Richland voters can sign this initiative.
Around the world, protests in Israel are escalating as the country's largest labor union goes on strike.
The unrest erupted over the weekend after the bodies of 6 Israeli hostages who had been held captive by Hamas were found by the Israeli military. Mass demonstrations throughout Israel, including Tel Aviv, where police used stun grenades to clear crowds and say they arrested more than 24 people Sunday. The protests are in response to the Israel Defense Forces discovery on Saturday of the bodies of the hostages in a tunnel in Gaza.
Many Israelis are blaming the deaths on their country's leaders for not coming to terms on a ceasefire with Hamas, while Hamas issued a statement Sunday saying Israel, quote, bears responsibility for the 6 deaths. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims Hamas is refusing all ceasefire proposals.
U.S. officials say despite the hostage deaths, ceasefire talks continue and the White House is hoping to see results soon. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are meeting with the U.S. hostage deal negotiating team in the Situation Room today.
Russia launched new attacks on Ukraine today as children return to school nationwide. The strikes were launched at the capital, Kyiv, and other regions, and it involved a combination of cruise and ballistic missiles and also attack drones. That's according to Ukraine's Air Force.
At least 2 people were injured in Kyiv, according to the city military administration, and at least 1 person was injured in the city of Kharkiv from a drone strike. Zelensky expressed his gratitude to everyone who has made this school year possible, including teachers and those helping defend Ukraine. He said the opening of schools is a testament to the country's resilience and strength.
3 people are dead from a plane crash Saturday morning just 15 miles east of Portland. The plane hit a residential building with multiple townhomes.
As the plane was landing, it hit a power pole before it crashed into the building and erupted in flames. The crash is still under investigation. Yakima City Manager Vicki Baker announced Friday that Viren Mayani has been appointed as the city's new Finance and Budget Director.
Mayani replaces Mark Roberts, who resigned from the city in January. Mayani has already been participating in budget and finance-related meetings remotely. His first day in the office will be September 3rd.
In recent years, Mayani has served as a consultant for startups and nonprofits. He worked for the city of Atlanta from 2006 to 2010 as a business manager to the executive offices of the mayor. There he managed an annual budget of about $220 million.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you have DirecTV and were having issues tuning into ESPN and Disney yesterday, we have the reason why. That reason is coming up in your business headlines.
Also coming up, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have how your weather is looking. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Apple Valley News Now. Hope you have a great Labor Day.
It's the 4-day Super Labor Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or save up to $1,000 on purple adjustable mattress sets. Take up to $100 off our Doctor's Choice Original lineup and up to $200 off our Doctor's Choice Hybrid lineup. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping right to your doorstep. Hurry, the 4-day Super Labor Day sale ends Monday.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it gonna look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have. We try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Ryan, Vanna, Wheel of Fortune. Where can you finally see a first look behind the scenes of the new Wheel set?
Let me show you. It's like a magic wand.
Tomorrow morning.
It's Wheel of Fortune. How can you not be happy?
Ginger's right there on
Good Morning America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Okay, we do have a chance of some showers this morning in the Tri-Cities. I'm going to go with from about 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. That's going to be the best time frame, at least before lunchtime. After that, looks like it should be pretty dry within the Tri-Cities. We'll have a decent amount of sunshine, some haze up in the sky. It's going to be hot out there, but then you know, if this graphic went on to like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you would see a resurgent chance of showers and thunderstorms. So just know that all of these numbers, all of these time frames here are for the secondary round of showers and thunderstorms that we're expecting into the afternoon and evening. So for Kittitas and Yakima counties, we're going with a shorter time frame from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., a little bit shorter even in the Kittitas Valley, but for the lower Columbia Basin, for the foothills of the Blues, and for the Blue Mountains, it's going to be after 7 o'clock. Now, of course, that varies from microclimate to microclimate, but I think you kind of understand the gist. And in terms of the chances broken down zone by zone, definitely the best chances for lightning are going to be in the foothills and in the Blue Mountains. So with that in mind, here's today's vegetation dryness, and remember the 100th percentile would be the driest vegetation on record, so we're going to be up into the 79th percentile for Kittitas and Yakima counties, up into the 80th percentile for the lower Columbia Basin, up into the 88th percentile for the Blue Mountains. So it is very dry out there. There's plenty of lightning in the forecast for today, so there are ample opportunities for fires to start and spread quickly. And I'll time out these thunderstorm chances again with future casts. Also, I'll show you hot weather that'll linger, and all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your business headlines, if you are a DirecTV subscriber and were hoping to tune in to ESPN or watch ABC on a Disney-owned TV station, you were out of luck yesterday.
Disney is in a dispute with DirecTV over a new distribution deal that has left millions of people in the dark. Disney cut off access to subscribers ahead of Sunday night's big college game on the network between the USC Trojans and the LSU Tigers. Tennis fans hoping to catch US Open matches on ESPN also are missing out. And the start of the NFL season and Monday Night Football on ESPN is just a week away.
Both sides pointed the finger at each other for a breakdown in talks. It's unclear how long the dispute will last.
Workers at Boeing could be on the verge of a major strike. The aerospace developer and manufacturer's contract with about 32,000 union workers expires September 12th.
A union leader said Boeing and workers are far apart on all of the main issues. That includes wages, health care, retirement, and time off. Boeing says it will continue to bargain with the union in good faith and is confident a deal can be reached. The company has been facing a number of other challenges, including fatal crashes, design flaws, and tanking aircraft sales.
And it's Labor Day, which means you can expect many businesses to be closed. We have a list on what stores will be closed and what will be open today. That and more of what you need to know before heading out the door is coming up in your morning sprint.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Is that house-made guac going on a Carl's Jr. burger? Smooth, zesty, charbroiled, beefy, melty pepper jack, cheesy, saucy temptation, crisp bacon too. I give. Give in to the guac bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. Made burger.
Good burger.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. Save $70 on a Philips QLED Smart TV, now just $249.99. Save $4 on a bag of Blue Diamond almonds. Mountain House freeze-dried meal pouches are up to $3 off. Plus save on 8 packs of Gatorade, now just $6.99. Celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save more now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MSA 60CB battery chainsaw and save $50 on the BGA 57 battery blower. Real STIHL.
Watch me. Watch me take the stage. It's okay to stare. Not long ago, it seemed things weren't fair. A face like my friend's, that's all I would want. Now I can smile anytime I'm in front. I feel pretty. I must be a star. They helped me come a long way. I'll show you how far. Watch me. World-class procedures for cleft lip and palate at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest the most watched local morning news program in our area. What's new, what's now, and what's next, plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now on your side.
college football.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Is that house-made guac going on a Carl's Jr. burger? Smooth, zesty, charbroiled beefy, melty pepper jack, cheesy, saucy temptation, crisp bacon too. I give. Give in to the guac bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr.
Made burger.
Good burger. The Seattle Kraken, all season on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're still tracking this little itty-bitty shower over Benton County right now. It's also on the border of Yakima and Klickitat counties. We'll continue to watch that moving up towards the north. And let's show you what happens for the rest of this morning with Futurecast. And you can see we'll have a quick hitting round of showers, maybe even some thunderstorms embedded within that. That's round number one. Here comes round number two a little bit later in the day, specifically into the late evening. That's when we'll see the best chances for the Blue Foothills, also for the Lower Columbia Basin and for the Blue Mountains. But around 4 p.m., Futurecast really isn't picking up on it, but there is a little chance of some showers or thunderstorms for Kittitas and Yakima counties as well. But definitely the best chance of lightning is going to be in the Blue Foothills and mountains. And some of this could linger into early on Tuesday morning, but we're thinking the rest of the day should be pretty dry with plenty of sunshine out there. So for today, in addition to the shower and thunderstorm chances, we'll have light haze up in the sky. It's also going to be hot out there. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. And winds will gust between 20 to 30 miles per hour for the foothills, for the basin, also for the Kittitas Valley. Then for tonight, winds become a lot more widespread and a lot stronger too, gusting between 20 to 45 miles per hour. The strongest wind gust being in the Kittitas Valley. Of course, showers and thunderstorms will be rocking and rolling at this point. Maybe some stuff lingering into Tuesday morning like you saw in Futurecast, but after that it's looking pretty dry. Also, temperatures will hold pretty steady. A little bit cooler for Tuesday, but look at this. We're going to start flirting with triple digits again in the Tri-Cities as soon as Friday and Saturday. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Thunderstorm chances going up late this evening. A little bit cooler for Tuesday, but heating back up by Wednesday. For Yakima, small shower and thunderstorm chances for the holiday, dry weather for Tuesday and beyond. For Ellensburg, winds picking up late this evening, lingering breezes for a cooler Tuesday. Then for Hermiston, thunderstorm chances for today and tonight, turning seasonal for Tuesday, but racing back to around 100 degrees by Friday. Then for Walla Walla, shower and thunderstorm chances go up this evening, lingering into tomorrow morning, but drying out and heating up again into the rest of the week.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
We're going to take you right to your 6 o'clock hour, but first up, here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. 100 acres burned in a vegetation fire in Benton County this weekend. Several fire agencies responded to the area of SR 397 and South Owens Road just before 2 p.m. Sunday. A wildland strike team was also called to help, and it took fire crews about 2 hours to get the fire under control. No buildings were lost and no one was hurt. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
In Walla Walla, a fire at a scrapyard is being investigated as suspicious. Firefighters from several agencies responded to the fire at a 10,000 square foot scrapyard near 935 Jefferson Street Saturday morning. The fire was out within an hour and no injuries were reported, but damages are estimated at $100,000.
A child has died in a car crash 7 miles east of Ellensburg yesterday afternoon. It happened around 4 p.m. According to the Washington State Patrol, a vehicle was traveling east on Interstate 82. It attempted to change lanes and was struck by a semi. The driver of the car and an 8-year-old child were not injured, but a 10-year-old child died at the scene. All 3 are from Sunnyside. The driver of the semi was not injured.
Students are back in class for the school year, and construction work is underway after the 2023 Capital Projects Levy passed for the Richland School District. The main goal is to modernize the older schools with surveillance systems and more secure entrances. The safety and security upgrades are set to be completed later this year.
The Labor Day weekend is breaking travel records across the country, and it's expected to be a big weekend for the Tri-Cities Airport as well. If you're traveling today, the airport director says to get to the airport 90 minutes before your flight, and you can monitor flytricities.com for tracking updates. Using your airline's app to check in can save you time too.
In your national headlines this morning, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are planning to meet with the hostage negotiating team today. The meeting comes after 6 hostages were found murdered by Hamas over the weekend.
The meeting will be closed to the press, but the White House says its focus will be on discussing efforts towards a deal that secures the release of the remaining hostages. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met virtually with the families of Americans being held hostage. Later in the afternoon, Biden will join Harris at a campaign event in Pittsburgh.
In your business headlines, it's Labor Day, and we have a list of what businesses are open and closed for the day. Most Fred Meyers, Walmarts, and Targets will be open for normal business hours. Walgreens will be open, but majority of their pharmacies will be closed.
CVS pharmacy locations will be open, but some may have reduced hours. Costco will be closed. The USPS and UPS locations and deliveries will also be closed. And federal offices, government buildings, as well as state and local courts will not be operating.
Jaguar has issued a warning on some of its I-Pace all-electric SUVs. The company reached out to 3,000 owners, and Jaguar wants owners to park their SUVs outside and away from buildings because the batteries could overheat and catch fire.
They're telling drivers to contact their car dealers and get a software update. Owners should still park and charge their SUVs outside for an additional 30 days once the software is updated. That will be a temporary fix until a permanent solution is found.
In your health headlines now, the FDA has given the green light to the updated COVID-19 vaccine from Novavax. They've authorized it for use in people 12 years and older, and doses could be available by the end of this week.
Earlier this summer, the CDC recommended everyone over 6 months old receive both an updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot this year. The FDA authorized updated vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer less than 2 weeks ago. These updated shots come as CDC data shows very high levels across the country. In your sports headlines this morning, the Washington State Cougars are celebrating after a big-time win against Portland State Saturday. They won the season opener 70-30.
With that win, the Cougars have the 3rd highest scoring offense in all of college football. Of course, it is only week 1. And the Seattle Mariners lost their game with the Los Angeles Angels yesterday 2-3. With the loss, the Angels takes the series.
Yesterday, the Mariners announced some roster moves. 2 pitchers, Jonathan Diaz and Edward Bizzardo, have been brought in from AAA Tacoma. The Mariners' active roster is now full at 28 players. All right, check this out. It's being called the biggest wheel of fortune ever.
So the Ferris wheel at Pacific Park on the Santa Monica Pier has been turned into a Ferris wheel of fortune in honor of the famous game show. And this comes ahead of the new season.
The Ferris wheel is now one giant recognizable symbol thanks to an 85-foot custom mesh screen and high-powered laser projectors.
The show's new host, Ryan Seacrest, was there along with longtime co-host Vanna White.
Seacrest was handed the reins to the show after Pat Sajak announced he was retiring at the end of 2023.
The new season of Wheel of Fortune premieres on September 9th. You can watch it right here on Apple Valley News Now.
That looks so
Exciting.
cool.
I know. I've never seen something like that.
I want to ride it and not get bankrupt.
I want to do the thingy, but I don't think you could do that with the lasers.
No, I don't think so.
Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, every month we honor a volunteer making a difference in our community. We reveal who that winner is and what organization she belongs to in our next hour.
Plus, what in the world is fridge-scaping? The latest trend that may have you either inspired or rolling your eyes. We tell you all about it in our 6 o'clock hour.
And I'll show you some of the thunderstorm chances that we have for Labor Day. Also, an update on the Williams mine fire burning in Yakima County. All that's going to be coming up at 6.